It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay?
No, I have to keep going.
What shall we do?
This place the digging marks here appear amateur. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors.
Judging by the tools they left behind, but why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pass?
I remember now. She took me here once but she said that the method would...
Easy, Jialiang. Come on. Mind the side effects. A bitter pill.
Stabilize!
Right now. Emerge. Right now. A sight to behold. Emerge. Right now. Emerge. Whoa. There's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense?
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were no doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoard. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented...
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiangli. This is where
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She... I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of. Mind the side effects.
Solidified! This is order!
Scatter! Midnight Phantasmic...
Gather!
Taking a turn for the better. Sa!
Zhongli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Last forever. Right here. The doctor was seen.
Seems like an emergency.
Oz for
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison, if we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life...
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains! It's not as simple as that. The poison within Jialiang's body is if the source is purged, the poison in his... and the poison within Jialiang's body... Oh no.
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been worked by you. You're a great doctor.
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiang Li,
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you. Right up...
Dr. Baiju, give it to me straight.
the god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days.
But what would be... Dr. Baiju, I'm all too aware of the dangers of God remains. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiang Li have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see IU grow up, if my choice can bring Jiang Li back.
Jialiang.
After cheating death for so long, it seems... Traveler, Doctor...
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that...
Jialiang.
I am sure that over the years, Jiang Li will have tried all the conventional...
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. What a crazy situation. Jiang Li risked it all to save Jialiang's life. And now, Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiang Li.
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. At least, that's what generation...
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once IU was old enough to help you gather... If you could only see him now. He took me all the way... So, I know... I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch IU grow up.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have. Oh, how I would love to hear your voice one last time.
Jialiang! 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 Dad, are you awake?
Jiang Li, are you? Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Dr. Baiju, I thought that I was going to...
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death. Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I'm as interested as you to find out. But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jia Liang's iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you know?
Oops. And I'm busted.
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiang Li in time.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back then. I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion as...
Never.
All I wanted was to help Jia Liang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right up. One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an...
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put... Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
Is she finally gone? All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to... At times like this, a good...
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Zhongli and Ayu around...
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first things first, off...
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baiju, thank you.
Don't mention it, Jiang Li.
Just your duty, huh?
Now that you are part zombie, there are some rules that you need to know.
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening.
First, don't forget to stretch your body regularly. Second, don't forget to...
Yes? Go on. Don't forget to...
I forgot.
Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Shenyu Vale. Changsheng, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baizhu. I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my... But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding. Not just that. You even managed to improve upon the original form. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you...
Huh. Told you the truth.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you...
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also... When I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed...
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the gods... What am I saying? The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save... Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life, haven't given away...
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changsheng to Can you still stop before it's too late?
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us...
Hey! Food's ready!
Mom, come and join us! The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes, and said even
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you. Chi-Chi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you. They will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can only hope so.
Baizhu, what did Jiang Li mean by not around? Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Jiang Li's master, has passed away. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
It is a very long story.
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. and generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors, and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is, until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poisoned chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patient's? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them. When faced with the sorrows of humanity, they are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope.
So, Baiju...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light. Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jialiang, I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join...
Huh? But... didn't you already
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact... Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no... I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Changsheng to perish from losing her host. Precisely. I will be Changsheng's final host.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself.
But isn't wanting to... For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame...
Dr. Baiju, Traveler, what are you still chatting about?
We also have coconut milk for Changsheng and Paimon. Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten. I do envy Paimon sometimes.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?